Hi guys, ZackstaDaxta here. Alright, so the preview shows off most of the juicy moments from last episode and flows really well. We start off with a bird's eye view of a nice vista of a corner of human civilization. The clouds move along at a brisk pace, which implies the winds of destiny moving, in my humble opinion. Just imagine your entire life just taking place in that little section of the planet. You'd probably be as curious as Eren as to what's outside. That's of course not the entirety of their civilization, it's just the Trost district located on the southern side of Walrose. Armin isn't the only one having doubts. Eren joins the doubt party as well. He isn't too sure if he can seal the hole left by Titan damage, but it's crucial that he does. Armin doubts how tenable the plan is, he's just a little Debbie doubter like that. But of course it's sensible to be skeptical of the unknown. While they're talking, this is an example of a shot in the episode where the still shots are kinda crummy looking. Mikasa looks especially like a cardboard cutout in this scene, and Armin looks like he's seen some shit. Well, he fucking has, so I can't blame him for looking so hollow-eyed and like he's possessed. Right after, though, we get some better still shots that you'll be seeing used throughout this episode. And jumping Jesus on a pogo stick, another beautiful shot of the city. I've always wondered kinda just how much time it takes to make those backgrounds look like those. It's often the thing I'm the most impressed with. It's gotta take a lot of effort. Suspicions in the air as the crowd doubts what their superiors are forcing them to do, and as far as they're concerned, they might as well be throwing their body off a cliff, which would then be caught and eaten by a Titan anyway, because Titans are freaking everywhere, man. If you want some examples of where Titans are even invading our own world, Japan is making figures of them in body pillows, and man, it's just freaking over. I can't feel safe with that shit in our world. A sullen-looking man in the crowd talks about the insanity of asking him to go back to Walrose in his mind, and oh boy, when he starts making the sound, I know I'm in for some yelling. These are humans completely at their breaking point, and it works for me this time. I mean, yeah, the yelling is possibly overdone, but I'd yell for a dignified death than being a crunchy snack for some Titans. Things are getting pretty bad in the psyches of our soldiers. Futility is spreading throughout the crowd like wildfire. A pretty cool-looking fellow demands a riot of sorts, all for the sake of the possibility of seeing his daughter one last time. He has a lot of black lines on his face, and boy, I tell ya, I wish my face could do that when I'm talking to someone, seriously. And they need to listen up to the real shit I'm dropping on them. And speed lines, those also make people focus on you. I wish those would subconsciously activate in real life whenever something cool or urgent happened. News stories of a famous celebrity who we should all care about because we're told to overdosing. You'd see speed lines on the newscaster's face and around your TV. It'd be pretty dope. Some very intriguing dialogue happens here in this next scene. It's said that in the past, we don't know how long ago, humans fought in wars and bickered with each other a lot. This is very foreign to our world, so I don't know what to make of this. Kidding, of course. But the legend says that humanity would unite once a bigger concern than money or territory entered the picture. You probably have your own beliefs about this. Say a catastrophic event was to take place that would validate all the theories of our conspiracists. The fake planet Nibiru lines up just so, the newly moved date of the apocalypse gets moved forward another few months again. Would humanity unite to face the impending destruction? Nobody knows for sure, but I would have to say no. It's a nice thought, but chaos stirring up the bowl of our already considerable hectic affairs would just cause people to rob that bank before they die, kill an enemy of theirs since they're going to die anyway, and wouldn't have to spend any of the jail time. Eren and Pixis echo my thoughts and say it sounds naive, although Pixis seems to at least believe in the possibility of uniting for a greater good. Eren points down 4 times to Hannes and tells him to get on his knees and bow to the might of the Titan hybrid. Actually, he just wants him to focus on his job, but still. The finger wagging happens, man. Hannes judges by the look of Eren that Mikasa and Armin are safe and sound, so it's nice that that weight was alleviated off of his mind. Eren tries drinking some of Pixis' alcohol, but is too focused on his volcano impression to savor the flavor, and so he spits it out of his mouth. I hope some of it landed on the Titans. This still shot of Eren spitting it out and Hannes looking like, did this dude just seriously test my patience like this after I gave him this excellent offering of fine alcohol? Made me giggle. Panic is hitting the boiling point, but Pixis lets out a roar that shuts them down. From the way Pixis carries himself, you wouldn't figure he could command authority like that, especially with a commanding voice, but it's nice to see that side of him. The art and character models get very detailed from this point on. Honestly, the detail on the crowd members is really quite impressive. Eren is introduced as the savior to the crowd, the key point to this plan. Rays of light from the setting sun shine down on both Pixis and Eren and make them emanate hope. Yet another amazing still shot of Titan Eren carrying the boulder, and the music to that is a very interesting choice. Armin comes up with another plan that sounds really solid, and his superior takes it seriously, which is awesome. The logistics of this manga are quite thought out. Armin doubts the plan because the uncertainty revolving around Eren. The group weighs in and agrees that this is a very risky plan, but in a world like this, plans without risk won't amount to much. Okay, I had a pretty big scare there. My webcam died for a while, but it's back. So if you ever make YouTube videos, I have some advice for you. Sometimes Windows Movie Maker likes to just crash. So if you're having trouble with your webcam and you think it's just dead, try restarting Windows Movie Maker. It worked for me. I had a huge scare about this because that was an expensive webcam, but anyway. Chaos rumbles through the crowd as they doubt the validity of a plan that revolves around an uncertain element. The vermin guy tries to play by the books and threatens execution with little effect, while Pixis once again takes hold of the situation by its many horns. He points out that giving up at this point in time would equal their family and descendants to behold the same terror that they're going through now. This very effective method stops them in their tracks. Being rash and rule-abiding in a cowardly way isn't always the best course of action, Commander Vermon. The drums and chanting kick up and the episode really picks up from here. Pixis points out the sins of the government and how vain it will be for the Wall Rose to fall. He can command people to die against insurmountable fear, which obviously takes a certain kind of leader. We cut to a calmer scene of preparation. Doubt once again presents itself, and Pixis uses his tongue full of wit to rectify the situation. A pretty funny scene of Pixis choosing Ian to lead based on alcohol preferences happens shortly after. It's probably supposed to be a half joke, but it could also have something to do with the ability to discern, and not just be like Vermon and say, "This is alcohol, heretic drink. You will die today because of rules and because I am a gigantic pussy." A significant event happens, that being Mikasa's heavenly voice enters the episode, and just her voice could probably quell the Titans to stop killing forever. A conflict similar to mother and son happens, the conflict of overprotection, and Eren asserts his position and makes Mikasa yield with a pouty face. Hope re-enters her eyes when Ian uses that discerning ability to make her protect Eren. She's of course thrilled, and this makes me smile. Instead of just going along with it like in a lot of shows where teenagers are left with the task to protect the world, Eren's protectors rather object, which is a neat subversion. Ian stops the bickering and Rico tells Eren not to make soldiers die in vain. Pixis once again reaffirms the importance of the mission to set the crowd in the right mindset, and a smoke round is set off to signal the start of the mission of the elite force. In the spirit of huge cliffhangers, once Eren has transformed into a Titan, against all that hope and all that lead up to it, he crashes his fist into Mikasa's face. End of episode. Shingeki no Kyojin, folks. Wow, so that episode definitely made up for the last two. I mean, it wasn't incredibly paced or anything, but those episodes weren't bad or even average, just fairly slow. From the spot-on yet unusual music choices to the art on the characters to the theme of hope and Pixis just being an all-around amazing guy, this was really great. I give this episode an A+, and thanks for watching my review, and see you again.